If you see your own reflection blink when you didn't kill yourself, don't wait. Don't think about it. Just do it. It's a lot cleaner than what they'll do to you. I've been in this concrete hole for 99 days. My dad built this place back when people thought the Cold War was the biggest threat. He was wrong. The bombs didn't fall. The people just changed. He left me a note taped to the heavy steel door. 4 rules written in shaky black marker. Rule 1, keep the door locked. Rule 2, no lights after 6 p.m. Rule 3, if you hear someone you know outside, they're already dead. Rule 4, never look in the mirrors. I followed them all. For 3 months, I sat in the dark, eating cold beans and listening to the scratching. It sounds like fingernails on a chalkboard, but louder. Wet. Like meat being dragged over stone. They don't scream. They don't moan. They whisper. They stand outside the air vents, and they whisper your name in your mother's voice. They tell you it's safe. They tell you they're cold. I almost opened the door on day 12. My sister's voice was so clear. She was crying. She said her feet were bleeding. I had my hand on the lever. Then I remembered. My sister died in the first wave. I saw her head get crushed by a bus. I sat on the floor and covered my ears until the whispering stopped. Day 50 was when the hunger really started to hurt. The power grid flickered and died. Now it's just me and the hand crank flashlight. Every turn of the handle feels like a siren. I only use it when I have to. The mirrors were the hardest part. Dad had them everywhere for some reason. Maybe to make the small rooms feel bigger. I covered them all with duct tape and cardboard on day 1. I didn't ask why. I just did it. But the humidity in this place is a nightmare. The tape starts to peel. It curls at the edges like dead skin. I can hear the cardboard bubbling in the bathroom. Yesterday, I heard a thud from behind the big vanity mirror. Not a scratch. A thud. Like something was knocking from the other side of the glass. I haven't looked. I won't look. But today is day 100. My mind is starting to fray. I'm seeing things in the corners of my eyes. Shadows that move when I don't. I was shaving by candlelight. Just a small hand mirror I thought I'd tape tight. A corner of the cardboard fell. Just a sliver of glass was exposed. I didn't mean to look. I swear to God, I didn't mean to look. I saw my eye. Just my eye. But it wasn't my color. It was milky white. And then, the reflection smiled. I wasn't smiling. My mouth was closed. But the man in the mirror, he showed his teeth. And they were sharp. Like a shark's. I dropped the razor. It hit the floor with a ring that sounded like a gunshot. The knocking started again. Not just from the bathroom. From every wall. Every covered mirror in this bunker started thumping. They know I looked. The rule is broken. The scratching outside has stopped. Now there's just a new voice. It's my voice. It's coming from inside the bathroom. It's saying, "Let me out, it's cramped in here." I'm staring at the duct tape on the wall. It's bulging. Something is pushing against the glass from the other side. The glass is cracking. I can hear the shards hitting the floor. I'm holding my knife, but my hands won't stop shaking. There's a gray finger poking through a hole in the cardboard. It doesn't have a fingernail. It's just sharpened bone. And then the light went out. The dark is thick. It feels like I'm breathing in wet wool. I can't see my hands. I can't see the knife. But I can hear. Oh God, I can hear everything now. The glass is still falling. Tiny clicks on the floor. It sounds like rain. But it isn't rain. It's the sound of my safety breaking into 1,000 pieces. I'm backed into the corner of the bathroom. My spine is pressed against the cold tiles. They feel like ice. My breath is coming too fast. I'm wheezing. Stop it. I have to stop. They can hear me. The voice, my voice, is closer now. It's not coming from the wall anymore. It's in the room. It's right in front of me. It's so dark, isn't it? It says. The words are wrong. The S sounds are too long. Like a snake. I can help you see. Just look at me. Look into my eyes. I squeeze my eyes shut. I squeeze them so hard I see spots of light. Red and blue. I won't look. I won't. Rule 4. Never look in the mirrors. I broke it. I looked. And now it's out. I feel something brush against my knee. It's cold. It's not like skin. It's like wet leather. I swing the knife. I swing it hard into the dark. I feel it hit something soft. Something that gives way with a wet thud. There is no scream. Just a low, bubbling chuckle. That's not nice, the voice says. It's right in my ear now. I can smell it. It smells like an old basement. Like dirt and moldy wood. I scramble away. I trip over the rug. My hand lands on a piece of the broken glass. It cuts deep. I feel the heat of the blood immediately. It runs down my wrist. It's slick. I try to scramble out of the bathroom door. I'm crawling on all fours like an animal. My palm is screaming in pain. Every time I put weight on it, more glass sinks in. I reach the door frame. I pull myself out into the main room of the bunker. Then the emergency lights kick in. They aren't bright. They're a dull, pulsing red. Asterisk voom. 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 Asterisk every time the light flashes, I see the room. Every time it goes black, I feel the dread grow. In the first flash, I see the bathroom door. There's a hand gripping the frame. A gray hand. The fingers are too long. They have too many knuckles. The bone tip is scratching the wood. Asterisk scritch. Scritch. Asterisk. In the second flash, I see the kitchen. The duct tape on the big mirror over the table is gone. It didn't just fall off. It was shredded. Long strips of silver tape are hanging like dead skin. The glass is a black hole. And something is pulling itself out. Another one. Or the same one? How many mirrors are in here? I forgot the one in the hallway. I forgot the one on the back of the pantry door. In the third flash, I see the ceiling. The air vents. They aren't blowing. The little ribbons I tied there to check the airflow are hanging limp. The hum of the generator is gone. I didn't even notice when it stopped. The silence is heavy. It's pressing on my ears. And then I hear it. A new sound. It's coming from above. Asterisk clang. Asterisk. It's loud. It's metal on metal. It's not the scratching of the things from the mirrors. It's not the mindless moaning of the rotters outside. This is rhythmic. Asterisk clang. 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 Asterisk someone is hitting the main hatch. Someone with a sledgehammer. Open the door! A voice screams from the surface. It's a man. He sounds terrified. We know you have air. We know you have food. Open it or we'll blow the seals. I look at the monitors on the wall. They're flickering. Dying. But I can see the exterior camera for a second. There are 3 of them. They aren't zombies. They have masks on. Gas masks. They have a torch. A blue flame is licking at the edge of my heavy steel door. They're cutting their way in. They aren't here to help. They have guns slung over their backs. They look like the people my father warned me about. The ones who waited for the world to end so they could take what was left. I'm trapped. I'm in a box. The things from the mirrors are behind me. The men with the torches are above me. And the air is running out. I can feel it. My chest feels tight. The oxygen scrubber must have died when the lights went. I have maybe an hour. Maybe less if I keep panicking. I try to stand up. My legs feel like jelly. My hand is still bleeding. I rip a strip of my shirt off with my teeth. I wrap it around my palm. It's hard to do with one hand. I use my teeth to pull it tight. The pain makes me want to vomit. I look back at the bathroom. The thing is standing in the doorway now. In the red pulse of the light, I see it clearly. It looks like me. Same height. Same hair. But the skin is the color of a dead fish. Its eyes are just white circles. No pupils. No iris. Just white. And it's smiling. That shark-tooth smile. It's holding the razor I dropped. It's holding it between two bone fingers. It mimics my movements. When I lean left, it leans left. When I take a step back, it takes a step forward. The rule, it whispers. You broke it. You invited us. Get back, I growl. My voice sounds thin. I have a knife. The thing laughs. It's a dry, rattling sound. It points to the mirror in the kitchen. Another shape is crawling out. This one is smaller. It looks like a child. But it moves like an insect. Its limbs bend the wrong way. It's gray and hairless. It scuttles across the ceiling. Asterisk clang. Asterisk. The hatch above vibrates. A piece of dust falls from the ceiling. The men are getting closer. I hear the hiss of the torch through the ventilation pipes. They're burning the secondary seal. If they break that, the vacuum of the bunker is gone. The smell of the outside, the rot, the death, will come flooding in. Or worse. They'll throw a grenade down. I have to move. I have to get to the armory locker. It's in the back, behind the water tank. But to get there, I have to pass the hallway mirror. And the thing that looks like me is standing right in the path. I look at the red light. I count the seconds. 3 seconds of light. 2 seconds of dark. I have to time it. In the dark they move. I've realized that now. When the light is on, they stay still, like statues. They're playing a game. A game of red light, green light. And the prize is my skin. Light. The thing is 10 feet away. Dark. 1. 2. Light. It's 5 feet away. Its hand is reaching out. The razor is inches from my throat. I bolt. I don't wait for the next dark. I dive past it. I feel the cold air of its movement. The razor slices through my shirt, grazing my ribs. I scream and scramble toward the water tanks. My feet are slipping on the floor. Is it blood? Or is the bunker leaking? I hear a splash. Water. The pipes are bursting. The pressure is changing because of the men on the hatch. I reach the locker. My hands are shaking so hard I can barely remember the code. 5-1-1-9, no? That's wrong. 5-1-9-1. I press the buttons. The keypad beeps. It's too loud. The thing in the hallway stops. It turns its head 180 degrees. Its neck makes a sound like dry sticks breaking. Found you, it says. The locker clicks open. I reach inside. I grab the shotgun. It's heavy. Cold. It feels real. More real than anything else in this nightmare. I grab a box of shells. I drop half of them. They roll under the water tank. Asterisk clink. Clink. Asterisk. Hey! A voice yells from above. It's closer now. They're through the first layer. We hear you down there. Throw up your weapons and we won't kill you. We just want the supplies. Liar. I know he's a liar. I can hear the way he says supplies. He says it like he's hungry. I jam a shell into the gun. Then another. My sliced hand is making everything slippery. The red light pulses. The gray child thing is on the wall above me. It's crouching. Its mouth is open. It doesn't have a tongue. Just a black pit. It leaps. I fire. The sound is massive in the small space. My ears start ringing immediately. A high-pitched whine that drowns out the world. The flash of the gun shows me the thing exploding into gray dust. No blood. No guts. Just dust. Like it was made of ash. But the noise. The noise told everyone where I am. The thing that looks like me is running now. It doesn't care about the light anymore. It's realized the rules have changed. It's screeching. A sound so high it makes my teeth ache. It's hitting the walls, bouncing off the concrete like a pinball. He's got a gun! The man at the hatch yells. Smoke him out! Use the canister! I hear a metallic tink-tink-tink of something falling down the ladder well. A second later, a thick, yellow gas starts billowing out. It smells like sulfur. It burns my eyes. It burns my throat. I cough, and it feels like I'm swallowing needles. I'm huddled behind the water tank. The water is up to my ankles now. It's freezing. I'm shivering so hard I can't aim the shotgun. The red light is getting dimmer. The battery is dying. I see the gray me through the smoke. It's walking slowly now. It likes the smoke. It moves through it like a ghost. It stops 5 feet away. It holds up the razor. Then, it does something horrible. It takes the razor and starts cutting its own face. It's carving lines into its gray skin. It's making a new smile. A wider one. We can share, it says. I'll take the outside. You stay in the dark. It's better in the dark. I try to breathe, but the yellow smoke is everywhere. I'm dizzy. The room is spinning. I look up at the hatch. The men have a saw now. I can see the sparks showering down. They're almost through. I have 1 shot left in the chamber. Maybe 2 in my pocket. I look at the thing that looks like me. I look at the sparks from the men who want to rob me. I look at the yellow gas filling my lungs. There is a third option. In the corner of the room, there is the emergency override for the gas lines. The cooking prep area has a large propane tank. If I hit the valve and fire the gun, the whole bunker goes. The mirror things. The men. Me. My hand is on the valve. It's slippery with blood. The gray thing reaches out. Its fingers touch my cheek. They're so cold. It feels like death itself is stroking my face. Don't you want to see what happens next? It whispers. Above me, the hatch gives way with a groan of dying metal. The light from the surface, the real, gray, dying light of the world, pours in. I see the boots of the men stepping onto the ladder. I see the gray things, dozens of them now. crawling out of every crack in every mirror. They are standing in the shadows, waiting. The men are coming down. They have flashlights. The beams cut through the smoke. "What the hell is that?" one of them screams. He's looking at the thing standing in front of me. I have the shotgun pointed at the propane tank. My finger is on the trigger. The man with the flashlight points his gun at me. "Drop it! Drop the gun or I fire!" The thing that looks like me turns to the man. It smiles. I look at the valve. I look at the man. I look at the monster. The air is gone. I can't breathe. Everything is turning black. I make my choice. I pulled the trigger. But the gun doesn't go off. Asterisk click. Asterisk. A misfire. The blood. The blood from my hand got into the action. It jammed. The man fires his weapon. The bullet hits the water tank next to my head. Water sprays everywhere. The gray thing leaps. Not at me. At the man. I'm on the floor. The water is rising. The smoke is thick. I'm losing consciousness. But as my eyes close, I see the man's face. Or rather, I see what the thing is doing to it. It isn't killing him. It's pulling him toward the mirror. And then I see the hand. Another hand. It's coming out of the water. From the reflection in the puddle on the floor. It grabs my ankle. It pulls. I'm going under. Not into the water. Through it. The last thing I see is the ceiling of my bunker. But it's wrong. It's backwards. I'm on the other side now. And the thing that looks like me is climbing the ladder toward the surface, wearing my clothes. It turns back and looks at me through the surface of the puddle. It winks. Then it reaches out and smears my blood across the glass, hiding the view. I'm in the dark. And I'm not alone. I hear the scratching. Thousands of fingers on the other side of the glass. Rule 5. A voice echoes in the void. A voice I don't recognize. There is no way back. I reach out, searching for my knife, but my hands find only cold, smooth glass. I scream, but no sound comes out. Only gray dust. And then, the light on the other side goes out completely. I am in the mirror. And something is hungry. The dark is not like the dark in the bunker. In the bunker, the dark was safe. It meant the lights were off. It meant I was hidden. This dark is heavy. It feels like wet wool in my throat. I try to spit. Gray powder comes out. It's dry. Everything here is dry and cold. I move my hand. It hits something hard. Smooth. It's the glass. I'm standing on it. Or I'm under it. I can't tell. My head spins. Every time I move, I hear that sound. The scratching. It's coming from everywhere. It's coming from the floor. The walls. From inside my own ears. I reach down to touch my ankle. The place where that hand grabbed me. It's cold. Too cold. I pull my pant leg up. I can't see a thing, but I feel it. My skin is gone. In its place, it feels like cold stone. No. Not stone. Smooth like a bottle. My skin is turning into glass. I have to move. If I stay here, I'll turn into a statue. A mirror man. I crawl. The ground is perfectly flat. It goes on forever. There are no corners. No doors. Just a flat, cold surface. I think about my bunker. Day 45. I remember eating a tin of peaches. The syrup was so sweet. I can still taste it if I try hard enough. But now, All I taste is copper and dust. I keep crawling. My hands make a clicking sound. Clink. 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 My fingernails are turning into silver shards. I'm scared to look at them. I'm scared to look at anything. But there's nothing to see. Just the gray. Then I see a spark. Far away. A tiny flick of yellow. It's not the gray light of this place. It's warm. It's a candle. My candle. It's back in the bunker. I scramble toward it. I'm screaming now, but the dust swallows the sound. My throat feels like I swallowed a handful of razor blades. I see her then. Another person. She's sitting on the glass floor. She's wearing a coat like mine. She's small. She's huddled in a ball. I reach out. I touch her shoulder. She turns around. Her face. Oh God, her face. It's half gone. Not like a zombie. Not rotten. It's just missing. Where her left eye and cheek should be, there's just a hole. But inside the hole I see things. I see a forest. I see a rainy street. I see a little boy playing with a ball. Her face is a window to somewhere else. She looks at me with her one good eye. It's cloudy. Like an old marble. She doesn't speak. She points. She points up. I look up. High above us, I see the bottom of my bunker. It's like looking through a frozen lake. I see the table. I see the chair. I see the thing that looks like me. It's sitting at my table. It's eating my peaches. It's using a fork. It looks so happy. It looks more human than I ever did. It picks up a peach slice. It looks at the empty space in the air where I am. It smiles. It knows I'm watching. The girl grabs my hand. Her fingers are sharp. They cut into my palm. I don't bleed red. I bleed silver. Thick, slow silver. She pulls me close. Her voice is a whisper that sounds like glass breaking. She tells me there is a way out. She says the glass is thin where the blood is. The blood the thing smeared on the surface. But she says the glass is hungry. It won't let go for free. It needs a trade. A heavy trade. I look at my leg. From the ankle up to the knee, it's completely silver now. I can't feel my toes. I try to wiggle them. Nothing. Just the sound of glass grinding on glass inside my skin. It's spreading. It's moving up my thigh. I can feel the cold creeping into my hip. If it hits my heart, I'm done. I'll just be another window for people to look through. Another broken thing in the dark. The girl points to a jagged edge of the world. A place where the floor meets the wall. It's sharp. It looks like a giant razor blade. She tells me we have to break the surface. We have to hit the thin spot at the same time. But the thin spot is small. Only one of us can fit. Only one of us can go back. I look at her. She's been here so long. Her clothes are rags. Her skin is mostly glass. She's crying, but the tears are tiny glass beads that bounce on the floor. Clink. 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 I think about Rule 4. Never look in the mirrors. Why didn't I listen? I was so lonely. I just wanted to see a face. Even my own. Now I'm going to die in a world where everything is backwards. The scratching gets louder. The things are coming. I see them now. Shadows. But they aren't flat. They are tall and thin. They look like needles. Thousands of them. They move fast. They don't have feet. They just slide over the glass. They are the ones who are hungry. They eat the reflection. They eat the memory of who you were. The girl starts to shake. She's terrified. She tells me we have to do it now. We have to make the trade. She hands me a shard of glass. It's long. Sharp. It glows with a faint, sick light. She looks at my silver leg. Then she looks at her own arm. Her arm is still flesh. It's the only part of her that's still human. She tells me the glass won't break for silver. It only breaks for warm blood. Real blood. From the side that's still alive. I look up at the ceiling. At my bunker. The thing that stole my life is standing up. It's walking toward the mirror. It's going to break it from the other side. If it breaks the mirror while we're in here, the world will shatter. We'll be stuck in the pieces forever. Thousands of tiny me-s, all screaming in the dark. I have to do it. I have to. I look at the girl. She's crying. She knows what I'm thinking. I look at my silver leg. It's useless. It's dead weight. It's a ticking clock. I take the shard. I don't think. If I think, I won't do it. I scream. No sound. Just the dust. I drive the shard into my thigh. Just above the silver line. Pain. It's not like any pain I've ever felt. It's hot. It's electric. The red blood starts to flow. It looks so bright in this gray world. It looks like fire. The girl screams too. She takes another shard. She doesn't hesitate. She cuts her own arm. Deep. The red flows down her fingers. We have to smear it on the glass. We have to make a bridge. We run. I'm limping. My silver leg is heavy. It clunks on the floor. The needle things are closer. I can smell them. They smell like ozone. Like a burnt light bulb. One of them reaches out. It touches my back. It's like being touched by an icicle. My skin freezes where it touched. We reach the spot. The place where the blood smear is on the other side. I can see my bunker through it. It's blurry. Red. Like looking through a scab. The girl pushes her bloody arm against the glass. I push my leg against it. The glass starts to moan. It sounds like a dying wail. It's stretching. It's getting soft. I can feel the warmth of my bunker on the other side. I can smell the old air. The smell of dust and canned soup. It's so close. But the hole is small. It's only a few inches wide. It's not growing fast enough. The needle things are on us. They are biting. They are tearing at my coat. They are pulling me back. The girl looks at me. She's holding the hole open with her bare hands. Her fingers are snapping. I can hear the bones pop. She tells me to go. But I can't. My leg. The silver leg. It's too big. It's too hard. It won't fit through the soft spot. It's like trying to put a square peg in a round hole. The silver is solid. It doesn't bend. I'm stuck. Halfway in. Halfway out. The things are pulling my waist. They are dragging me back into the dark. The girl is screaming. She's losing her grip. Her blood is drying. The glass is hardening again. I look at the shard in my hand. I look at my leg. The silver part. The part that isn't me anymore. I have to do it. There is no other way. I have to leave it behind. I have to leave the weight behind. I grip the shard. I look at the girl. She knows. She's shaking her head. She wants to help, but she can't. I press the edge of the glass against my own bone. Against the place where the red meets the silver. I push. I can hear the sound of the shards sawing through my skin. I can hear it hitting the bone. It's not like wood. It's like sawing through a pipe. The vibration goes all the way up to my skull. I'm vomiting gray dust. My eyes are leaking silver. I push harder. The pain is a white wall. I can't see anything but the white. I'm hacking at myself. My own meat. My own bone. The needle things are screaming. They want the silver. They want the part of me that's already theirs. I'm kicking with my good leg. I'm pushing against the glass. The girl is pulling my shoulders. She's trying to drag me through the hole. I feel the bones snap. It sounds like a gunshot. A wet, heavy crack. I'm free. The silver leg falls back into the dark. The needle things swarm it. They tear at it like piranhas. I'm falling. I'm falling through the red smear. It feels like being born. It's tight. It's hot. I'm suffocating. And then I hit the floor. The hard, cold concrete of my bunker. I'm back. I'm really back. I'm gasping for air. Real air. It tastes like heaven. I look up. The girl. I reach back into the mirror. I grab her hand. She's halfway through. Her head is out. Her shoulders are out. She's smiling. She's almost safe. But then the light changes. The thing that looks like me. It's standing over us. It didn't go away. It was waiting. It's holding a heavy iron bar. The one I used to lock the door. It looks down at us. It's not smiling anymore. It looks bored. It looks like it's looking at a bug. It raises the bar. It's not looking at me. It's looking at the mirror. It's looking at the glass. If it breaks the glass now, the girl will be cut in half. She's caught in the middle. She's a bridge. If the bridge breaks, she dies. And the hole will close. I'll be stuck here with that thing. Without my leg. Bleeding out on the floor. I try to move, but I can't. I'm too weak. My stump is pouring blood onto the floor. The girl is looking up at the bar. She knows. She's looking at me. Her one good eye is wide. She's begging me. She's holding my hand so tight her nails are drawing blood. The thing brings the bar down. Slowly. It stops just an inch from the surface. It looks at me. It speaks. Its voice is my voice. Exactly my voice. Rule number 5. It says. There is no way back. It raises the bar again. This time, it's not going to stop. It's going to shatter everything. The mirror. The girl. My head. I look at the girl's hand in mine. I look at the bar. I have 3 seconds. Maybe 2. I have to choose. Do I pull her through and risk the thing killing us both? Do I push her back to save her from being sliced? Or do I use my last bit of strength to do something else? Something worse? The bar starts to move. The air whistles. The girl's eyes reflect the metal coming down. I hear the first crack. A tiny spiderweb on the glass. Then the world begins to explode. The glass did not just break. It turned into a billion tiny knives. They flew everywhere. I felt them bite into my cheeks. My forehead. My neck. I didn't care. I pulled. I pulled the girl with every bit of muscle I had left. Her arm felt like cold wax. It felt wrong. But I didn't let go. I yanked her through the frame just as the heavy iron bar slammed into the spot where her head had been. The sound was a wet thud. The bar didn't hit the floor. It hit the thing's own feet. It didn't scream. It didn't even grunt. I fell backward. The girl landed on top of me. She was so light. Too light. Like she was made of old paper and dust. I scrambled back on my elbows. My hands were slick with red. Or maybe it was her blood. I couldn't tell in the dim red light of the emergency lamps. The bunker was humming. A low, angry buzz. The vents were choking on the dust from the wall. The thing stepped through. It didn't climb. It didn't struggle. It just walked through the broken frame like it was stepping through a doorway. The shards of glass still stuck in the edges of the frame sliced its skin. It didn't care. My face, its face, stayed perfect. It had that same hollow look. Those same eyes. It looked at me like I was a bug. A bug it was about to crush. Rule 5. It said again. The voice was mine. It was the voice I heard in my head when I talked to myself. It was the voice I used to tell myself I was going to make it. There is no way back. It held the bar. The metal was stained with something dark and thick. It wasn't just blood. It looked like oil. It looked like rot. I looked at the girl. She was huddled against the legs of the workbench. She was shaking. Her one good eye was fixed on the thing. She was making a sound. A tiny, high-pitched whistle. Like air escaping a hole in a pipe. It was the sound of pure, raw terror. I reached for my knife. My hand was shaking so hard I dropped it. It clattered on the concrete. The thing took a step forward. Its boots made a crunching sound on the glass. Asterisk crunch. 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 Asterisk it was slow. It was taking its time. It knew I had nowhere to go. The bunker was a box. My box. My grave. Get away from her, I croaked. My throat felt like I had swallowed a handful of sand. The thing smiled. It was my smile. The one I used to give my reflection when I thought I was being brave. It was a lie then. It was a threat now. It raised the bar. I didn't think. I just lunged. I threw my body at its knees. I wanted to knock it down. I wanted to feel it hit the floor. I hit it hard. But it didn't move. It was like hitting a pillar of stone. It felt cold. So cold. It smelled like the air in the bunker after the filters fail. Like stale breath and old meat. The thing grabbed my hair. It pulled my head back. I felt my neck pop. I saw the ceiling. The cracked paint. The rust. I saw the bar coming down. I rolled. The bar hit the concrete an inch from my ear. The floor cracked. Bits of stone stung my skin. I scrambled away. I found the knife. My fingers closed around the grip. It felt solid. Real. I stood up. I was dizzy. The world was spinning. I saw 3 versions of the thing. I picked the one in the middle and I ran. I drove the knife into its chest. Right where the heart should be. It didn't stop. It didn't even flinch. It looked down at the blade sticking out of its own shirt. Then it looked at me. I am you, it whispered. You can't kill what you are. It grabbed my wrist. Its grip was like a vice. I heard the bones in my arm grind together. I screamed. It was a thin, pathetic sound. The thing didn't let go. It twisted. I felt the skin tear. I felt the muscle pull. I saw the girl move. Out of the corner of my eye. She wasn't running for the door. She was crawling toward the broken mirror. Why? Why was she going back? No! I yelled. Get out! Run! She didn't listen. She reached for a large shard of glass. It was the size of a dinner plate. Its edges were jagged. She picked it up. Her hands were bleeding. She didn't seem to notice. The thing threw me. I hit the wall. My head bounced off the metal shelf. Cans of beans and peaches rained down on me. I felt something warm and wet running down the back of my neck. My vision went black for a second. When it came back, the thing was standing over me. It raised the bar for the last time. It was going to end it. Rule 4 was the end. I should have listened. I should have kept the cloth over the glass. I should have stayed in the dark. Then there was a flash of silver. The girl was there. She didn't scream. She didn't make a sound. She just drove the glass shard into the side of the thing's neck. It wasn't a clean cut. It was a hack. A tear. The glass went deep. The black oil sprayed out. It hit the girl in the face. She didn't blink. She twisted the glass. She pulled it across the throat. The thing dropped the bar. It clanged on the floor. It reached for its neck. Its fingers sank into the wound. The black stuff was everywhere. It was on the floor. On the walls. On me. The thing started to change. Its face began to melt. Not like wax. Like wet paper. The skin sloughed off in gray clumps. The eyes turned into milky white spheres. It wasn't me anymore. It was just a shape. A gray, rotting shape. It fell. It hit the floor with a heavy, wet sound. Like a bag of mud. It twitched once. Twice. Then it was still. I lay there. I couldn't move. My arm was broken. My head was pounding. I breathed in the smell of the black oil. It was worse than anything. It smelled like the end of the world. The girl stood over the body. She was covered in the black gunk. It was dripping off her chin. Her one good eye was looking at the thing. Then she looked at me. She didn't look like a girl anymore. She looked like a predator. She walked toward me. Her feet made wet, sticky sounds on the floor. She still had the glass shard in her hand. "Wait," I said. "Please. I saved you." She stopped. She looked at the shard. Then she looked at the broken mirror. The mirror wasn't showing the bunker anymore. It was showing the other side. The gray world. The world of dust and silence. I saw shadows moving in the background. Dozens of them. Hundreds. They were all coming toward the frame. They were all looking for a way out. The girl looked at the hole in the wall. She looked at the shadows. She turned back to me. She dropped the glass. She didn't help me up. She didn't say thank you. She just walked past me. She went to the heavy steel door of the bunker. The door I had kept locked for 100 days. The door that was my only protection from the monsters outside. She put her small, bloody hands on the wheel. "No," I whispered. "Don't. The rules. Rule 1. Never open the door." She didn't care about the rules. She didn't care about me. She turned the wheel. Asterisk creak. Asterisk the sound of metal on metal. The sound of 100 days of safety ending. The door swung open. The air hit us first. It didn't smell like the bunker. It smelled like smoke. Like rot. Like the things that lived in the ruins. I heard them. The ones outside. They had been waiting. They had been listening to the noise inside. The breaking glass. The screaming. The girl stepped out into the dark. She didn't look back. She just vanished into the night. I tried to get up. I crawled. My broken arm dragged behind me like a dead weight. I reached the doorway. I looked out. The world was gone. The trees were black skeletons. The sky was a bruised purple. And there were figures. Moving in the shadows. They were coming toward the light of the bunker. I looked back at the mirror. The shadows on the other side were pressing against the hole. The frame was beginning to crumble. The two worlds were leaking into each other. The gray world and the dead world. And I was stuck in the middle. I didn't have my knife. I didn't have my rules. I had nothing. I reached for the door. I wanted to close it. I wanted to go back to being alone. But my hand wouldn't work. My fingers were numb. The first one reached the stairs. It was a man once. Now it was just teeth and hunger. It looked up at me. It hissed. I backed away. I crawled back into the red light. I passed the pile of gray rot that used to have my face. I passed the broken glass. I went to the corner. The darkest corner. I sat down. I held my broken arm against my chest. The monsters came in. They didn't hurry. They knew I couldn't run. They gathered around the mirror first. They looked at the shadows on the other side. They seemed to communicate in low, clicking sounds. They were interested in the hole. They were interested in the new world. Then they turned toward me. I closed my eyes. I thought about Rule 4. Never look in the mirrors. I understood now. The rule wasn't to keep the things out. It was to keep us in. It was to keep us from seeing that we were already gone. That the world didn't belong to us anymore. I felt a cold hand on my shoulder. I didn't open my eyes. I didn't want to see what was coming. The clicking sound got louder. It was right in my ear. I thought about the girl. I wondered where she was. I wondered if she was real. Or if she was just another piece of the mirror. A piece of me that wanted to be free. The hand tightened. Nails dug into my skin. I waited for the end. I waited for the teeth. But they didn't kill me. Not then. They pulled me up. They dragged me toward the mirror. Toward the hole. Toward the gray world where there was no light and no sound. I tried to fight. I kicked. I bit. They didn't care. There were too many of them. They pushed me through. The transition felt like being dunked in ice water. My lungs seized. My skin burned. I fell onto a floor of cold dust. I looked up. I was in the bunker. But it wasn't my bunker. It was the other one. The one from the mirror. Everything was backward. The workbench was on the wrong side. The door was on the wrong side. I looked at the frame on the wall. The glass was gone. It was just a hole. I saw them through the hole. The monsters. They were in my bunker now. They were eating my food. They were sleeping in my bed. They were the ones who survived. One of them walked up to the hole. It looked like me. It was wearing my clothes. It had my knife in its belt. It looked at me. It smiled. Then it reached out and grabbed a piece of the wall. It started to pull the heavy steel plate across the opening. Wait! I tried to scream. But no sound came out. My voice was gone. I had given it to the thing. The plate slid into place. Asterisk clank. Asterisk. The last bit of light disappeared. I was in the dark. The real dark. The dark that doesn't end. I reached out my hand. I touched the wall. It was cold. It was hard. I was alone. Truly alone. I sat in the dust. I couldn't feel my arm anymore. I couldn't feel my legs. I was just a head in the dark. A mind with nothing to think about. I thought about the rules. Rule 1, never open the door. Rule 2, keep the lights on. Rule 3, check the vents. Rule 4, never look in the mirrors. I broke them all. I wanted to live so bad that I forgot how to stay safe. I wanted to be a hero. I wanted to save a girl who didn't exist. Now I was the reflection. I was the shadow. I waited. I don't know how long. Time didn't work here. There were no clocks. No heartbeats. Just the silence. Sometimes I heard sounds from the other side. Muffled sounds. Screams. Laughter. The sound of a bar hitting a floor. I walked to the wall where the mirror used to be. I put my ear against the cold metal. I heard a voice. Day 101, the voice said. It was my voice. It sounded happy. It sounded strong. The bunker is secure. The rules are working. I am safe. I hammered on the wall. I hit it until my knuckles were white bone. I kicked it. I scratched it with my nails. The voice didn't stop. I thought I heard something just now, the voice said. Behind the wall. But it's probably just the pipes. Or the wind. Rule 6, ignore the noise. There was no Rule 6. He was making them up. He was building his own world. I slumped against the wall. I looked at my hands in the dim, gray nothingness. They were turning gray too. My skin was becoming dust. My eyes were becoming glass. I wasn't a man anymore. I was a ghost. I wondered if there were others here. In the gray. I wondered if the girl was here somewhere. Or if she had managed to stay on the other side. I didn't care. I just wanted it to be over. I lay down on the floor. The dust felt like a blanket. It was soft. It was quiet. I closed my eyes for the last time. I didn't dream. There were no dreams in the mirror. Just the memory of the light. The memory of the sun. And then, even that faded. I was just a part of the bunker now. A part of the foundation. A part of the rules. Don't look in the mirrors. Now I know why. Because if you look long enough, the mirror looks back. And it likes what it sees. It wants what you have. And it will take it. The last thing I felt was a cold breeze. A tiny leak in the wall. I reached for it. I touched the crack. On the other side, a hand touched the same spot. I felt the warmth of a living finger. I didn't pull away. I just held on. I held on until I couldn't feel the warmth anymore. Until I was just as cold as the wall. Until I was just another rule.